can't remember my first memory of you. You were always there, and now I know I never knew you well. But I was just a kid, and you were always there to pick me up every time I fell. And you always warmed a blanket to wrap around my feet when you tucked me into bed to say my prayers. And I'll bet I never thanked you among all the other things that I took for granted, 'cause you were always there. Yes, you were always there, so we never took the time for you to tell me your dreams and me to tell you mine. And we never took the time to talk of love and happiness and life and death and heartache and pain and loneliness. Why, I don't even know if you were happy or if you could have been, or if you could have one wish, what would it be? Or what would you do differently if you could live again? And were you glad that you gave life to me? And I'd give anything to tell you that I'm glad that you were born, but you'll never hear the words I learned to say. 'Cause before I got to know you, you died of loneliness. And they tell me I grew up and moved away. Yes, you were always there, so we never took the time for you to tell me your dreams and me to tell you mine. There were so many things that could have been, but now we'll never share, 'cause kids don't know much, and you were always there. No, kids don't know much, and you were always there. She's the woman of the 80s, the lady on the run, just trying to make up some time for things she hasn't done. She's just trying to find her way in the family of man. Don't you think it's time to give the woman of the 80s a hand? She's a single girl looking for a job, trying to make it on her own. She's the ex-wife of a husband who left her with 2 kids to raise alone. She's a mom working overtime to buy the school clothes the kids will need this fall. And the dedicated housewife living for her man, and that's not all. She's making $1-million business deals on Wall Street, and she flies the friendly skies. She knows age is just a number, 'cause at 81 she won the Nobel Prize. She competed for the second highest office in the land, and that ain't bad. She doesn't claim to be perfect, but she's trying, so let's give the girl a hand. Come on now. She's a woman of the 80s, the lady on the run, just trying to make up some time for things she hasn't done. She's just trying to find her way in the family of man. Don't you think it's time to give the woman of the 80s a hand? She's the woman of the 80s, the lady on the run, just trying to make up some time for things she hasn't done. She's just trying to find her way in the family woman of the 80s ahead. She's committed to a vision to find out who she is and what she wants to do, to give more meaning to her life and not just play a role that she's expected to. She knows within every question lives the answer just waiting to be called. And the dreams of the woman of the 80s are the dreams of us all. She's the woman of the 80s, the lady on the run, just trying to make up some time for things she hasn't done. She's just trying to find a way in the family of man. Don't you think it's time to give the woman of the 80s a hand? Come on now. She's the woman of the 80s, the lady on the run, just trying to make up some time for things she hasn't done. She's just trying to find a way in the family of man. Don't you think it's time to give the woman of the 80s? You know, I've always believed that when you feel something, especially something good for someone, you shouldn't keep it from them. You should let them know. But I also believe that if you think it's love, there's really no need to bring it up if you know there's no chance for it to grow. But it seems like I'm always coming up with contradictions. Because now I find that what I believe and what I feel are two very different things. And those feelings that I've kept all to myself want to come out now, even though they've changed. So you see, I guess I was right in one way that I never told you this. And I don't really know why I'm telling you now, but I just kind of like you to know that there could have been a you and me. I might have changed my life for you, and you might have changed for me. If there were not so many ifs and buts, and if you had wanted it to be. But because of the way I am and the way you are, we never took the chance, did we? Call it respect because we're not free. Call it fear of rejection because of our pride. Or call it just plain old common sense, that it would just be too risky and too sticky a situation because we wouldn't know exactly where we were going and we'd be afraid to take the ride. Call it whatever, but I wanted you to know that I like you very much and you're the kind of person I could love. You're honest, sincere, compassionate, not afraid to be too gentle and not afraid to be too strong, and you've got that certain kind of something that people are always looking for and rarely find and never seem to get enough of. And somehow, it doesn't seem wrong to tell you that. No, we've never kissed and never touched each other, but our hearts have, and our souls have, and if we gave them half a chance, look out, for I'll bet they could start a fire that nobody in the whole world could put out. But that was yesterday, wasn't it? And things are so different now. So I was right not to ever tell you because I guess I always knew it never really would have had a chance to grow. And though I'll use my better judgment again and never mail this letter, I still kind of wanted you to know.
Like the ripples from a pebble when cast into the water, there is not a life that has not been touched by the troubled times of the 80s. He was grayer than I'd remembered. For once I just listened. It wasn't like him to talk defeat. but he was down. He'd worked hard all of his life for his all-American wife and his all-American children in a small American town. Said he was about to lose his house and he'd already lost his job, and if things kept on getting worse, he didn't know how much longer they could hold on. Said he owed everybody and his brother, and naturally they took it out on one another. He said, you know, you'd be surprised how being out of work can chip away at a marriage and the foundation of a home.
Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is heard a discouraging word, are the clouds as dark as they seem? He said, you know, I'm not lazy. I mean, it's not that I haven't tried. Then he put his head in his hands, and the grown man almost cried. He said, I guess I'm kind of like the kid on his first date. I don't know what to do with my hands. You know, I've always been busy, made a living for my family. Now I can't get a job, and I'm a working man. He said, my wife used to think I could move a mountain. Now I think she'd be happy if I'd just move out. And the kids, well, they're growing so fast, and they all need clothes, and now they have to do without. It makes you feel small, you know, takes away your self-respect, breaks your heart and hurts your pride. And it makes it hard to be a decent husband and daddy, and it eats you up inside. Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is heard a discouraging word, are the clouds as dark as they seem? But what bothered me was he was half of America, not just one man trying to deal with all the change. Out of work, out of hope, out of luck, and most of all, out of dreams. He's the farmer, the trucker, the teacher, the steel worker, the Protestant, the Catholic, and the Jew. He's the hero of America. He's me, and he's you. Is it the story of the 80s? The sign of the times? Has a nightmare replaced the American dream? Where so often is heard a discouraging word, are the clouds as dark as they seem? Well, there you are, and here am I. We are what we decided, alone behind a wall of pride, hopelessly divided. We had so much together, babe, what got into us? How could we just call it quits? We should have called for love. We could have been the closest of friends. We might have been the world's greatest lovers, but now we're just without each other. We could have been the closest of friends. I could say you did me wrong, and you could say you didn't. Oh, we could sit and hold our tongues and act like little children. I could say you never really loved, and you could say the same. But if it's really over, then who
closest of friends. I can't stop loving you. I've made up my mind to live in memories of old sometime. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say. So I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew. So long ago, oh, they still make me blue. Oh, they say that time heals a broken heart. But time has stood still since we've been apart. I can't stop loving you. I've made up my mind to live in memories of old lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say. So I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. I can't stop loving you. I've made up my mind to live in memories of old lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say. So I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Superman, Superman, Superman. Now there you go, picking on me again, pushing me to the very end, telling me to move another mountain.
Superman. Superman, 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 Superman. Now let's go through this one more time. You do your thing and I'll do mine. But honey, baby, we gotta draw the line. If you're hang up, yes, I'm messing with mine. All I can do is the best I can to change the way that you can't stand. And if it ain't good enough for Superman, he ain't good enough for me. Superman, 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 Superman. So you don't have to rub it in just cause you're right and I'm wrong again. Sometimes right is just as wrong is. And I ain't never gonna learn how to make it rain. And I wouldn't if I could for all the bull in Spain. But you go right ahead and do it to it, Superman. Superman, 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 Superman. Yeah, let's go through this one more time. You do your thing and I'll do mine. But honey, baby, we gotta draw the line. If you hang up, yes, I'm messing with mine. All I can do is the best I can to change the way that you can't stand. And if it ain't good enough for Superman, he ain't good enough for me. Superman, 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 Superman. Yeah, let's go through this one more time. You do your thing and I do mine. But honey, baby, we gotta draw the line. If you hang up, yes, I'm messing with mine. All I can do is the best I can to change the way that you can't stand. And if it ain't good enough for Superman, he ain't good enough for me.
It isn't me he's wanting, but it's me he's haunting all the time. I see him in my mind. It isn't me he's meant for, but it's me who can't forget my dreams. I know what lonely means. Time has a way of changing things, and who knows if I keep on dreaming what another night is gonna bring. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. Even if it's just a dream within my mind, a little game to play. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. No matter what it's gonna cost, I know it's worth most any price I'll pay. Love will find a way. It isn't me he cares for, but it's me who's there forever, wishing into the stars above. It isn't me he prays for, but it's me who stays forever, hoping to somehow win his love. Times have a way
And who knows if I keep on trying, soon some lonely night it's gonna be my last. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. Even if it's just a dream within my mind, a little game to play. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. No matter what it's gonna cost, I know it's worth most any price I'll pay. Love will find a way. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can break my heart. So if you care at all for me, think twice before you start. To say something that you don't mean might drift us apart. For sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can break my heart. I've seen so many times before where lovers played a game of foolish words they didn't mean, but they heard all the same. So many times they realized, too many times too late, that only fools play so
man and look into his eyes of love and touch the nail scars in his hand. Then if you can walk away knowing all he died to do, that's when I'll just have to say, I guess he didn't die for you. Anybody here wanna live forever? Say I do. Anybody here wanna walk on golden streets? Say I do. Anybody here sick and tired of living like you do? Anybody here want a home with love forever? Say I do. Anybody here wanna live forever? Say I do. Anybody here wanna walk on golden streets? Say I do. Anybody here sick and tired of living like you do? Anybody here want a home with love forever? Say I do. Anybody here wanna live forever? Say I do. Maybe I hang around here a little more than I should. We both know I got somewhere else to go, but I got something to tell you that I never thought I would. But I believe you really ought to know. I love you. I honestly love you. You don't have to answer. I see it in your eyes. Maybe it was better left unsaid. But this is pure and simple, and you must realize it's coming from my heart and not my head. I love you. I honestly love you. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to make you anything at all. But this feeling doesn't come along every day, and you shouldn't blow the chance when you get the chance to say, I love you. I love you. I honestly love you. If we both were born in another place and time, this moment might be ending in a kiss. But there you are with yours, and here I am with mine. So I guess we'll just be leaving it at this. I love you. I honestly love you. I honestly love you. I love you. land of cotton. Someone here has been forgotten. Someone hasn't heard from him since he went away. When he left, he said, I'll send for you. Even swore it on the harvest moon, then went away, went away, went away. And I still roll down that country road to the tree he carved I love you on. And every day I still miss him more and more. And the last words I heard him say is, I will write you every day. Then went away, went away, went away. Way down in the land of cotton, someone here has been forgotten.
It is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long,